Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What I was going to do today is, if you see this old HP laptop, it's about probably about 13 years old. I was going to put Mint Linux on it. Kind of a bad screen there. So what we're going to do is we are going to change the screen. I save old laptops, mainly because I had a business. But right here is an old Toshiba. The Toshiba. I already tore it down. Why did I tear that apart? All right, you may ask. Because although it may not specify in any documentation or even on eBay or anything like that, a lot of these laptops, especially these vintage laptops that are 10, 15 years old, you will use the same screens. We're going to tear this down and we're going to put this screen in there. And then we're going to install Mint Linux. So I'm just going to remove the screen. We're going to replace it with the other screen. This is an HP G6, I think. G6? Is it a G6? Yeah, it's G6. All right, so there is a cover over two little screws down here. All right, this cover, there's a screw there. All right, and over here, there's a cover and there's a screw. We'll remove them screws first. We can use any screwdriver you want. I'm actually just using this little one here. Make sure that you're careful. And if for some reason that you do not have a magnetic screwdriver, I'd recommend buying one of these. And if you just go around here, it will magnetize any screwdriver. So, and demagnetize. Magnetize, demagnetize. They're just a few bucks. I'd recommend it. Right. So we're going to put it over here on the magnetic mat. What you're going to do is you're just going to get your fingers in behind this, all right, and just pry it out. It's coming off, all right. So we'll just go around. A lot of times these are taped with these have a two-sided double tape in them, so you just have to be careful. We're just going to set this off the side, and it looks like there's two more screws at the top here. Two screws, one there and one there. All right. Also, what we want to do is we have some screws at the bottom. What we want to do is on this particular one, we are not going to take the screen all the way top apart. What we are going to do is we are going to remove the screw right, and we're going to lean the screen forward. We're going to pull the cable off. We're going to take the screws out of the side here. Now, let me see if I can get at it. And screws at the side there. All right, I have the screws at the top. Make sure that on your magnetic mat you keep the screws separate. Like these are the outside, these are the inside. I actually think these ones on the side are even different, so let's keep them separate. All right, now that we have the screws out of the bottom, we're going to take the screws out of the top first. These, let me find them. That screw first. All right, that one out of that side, and this one out of this side. All right, now that we have them two top ones out, and just be careful, we're going to remove these bottom ones. If you can see them down there, remove that one and that one. All right, so once them four screws are out, what you want to do is you want to undo this cable here. All right. Once that is removed, all right, make sure there's nothing else catching. The old screen is out. Grab the new screen, laid back into place like we had the old one. First thing we want to do is we want to just go in reverse order of where we were. we want to plug the cable in. Then we want to put the bottom screws in. And then the top screw. Little word of warning here. See if I can get in here. All right, make sure that it's all the way pushed in. And tape down. Double check it. Otherwise, you will be tearing this back apart. All right, the 2 top screws are back in. Before you put it the rest of the way back together, the 2 bottom screws are in. All right, let's turn it on, make sure we're fixed. Go ahead and not let it boot. Let's just go ahead and turn it back off. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put the bottom screws in here, right here, and over here. All right, we got the bottom screws in there. All right, I want to put the top screws in now. Okay, with the top screws in, we're going to replace the bezel. One thing you want to do before you replace the bezel is you want to go around and make sure all the wires are out of the way. And we look good, so let's grab that bezel and we just push it on there. The bezel just pushes back on, snaps into place. For example, it's starting to snap into place right now. You can tape it if you want, but I'm not gonna. The bezel is back on there. What we're going to do now is we're going to put them screws back in. Them screws are in there. I am not going to replace these plastic pieces. Now, I can tell you that like this replacement here on this screen, when I ran my computer shops, this right here would be a $250 repair. I've done it for like $150, $175, depending on what I bought the screen for. But that right there, in them few minutes, you can save yourself a whole bunch of money. Now, one of the reasons that I'm going to put Mint Linux on there, I've read a lot about it. I've watched it. I'm a Linux fan. This thing may have Windows 11 on it. However, the newer versions of Windows 11 will not run on there. I guarantee you. And I just kind of want a backup laptop. There's still a lot of life left in this laptop. The laptop is all back together. I'm going to turn it back on, make sure everything still works. I got it plugged in there, and it is coming up. The screen is coming up fine. So let's put Linux on there.
Before we can install Linux Mint, we will need to go to the website called linuxmint.com and download the latest edition or release. We're going to download Cinnamon Linux, and we're going to download it from a mirror, the World Mirror, because I found that it's faster and you get a really good image from it. So as you can see from the screen, we are downloading it. We still have, it looks like about 25 seconds left. Once that is downloaded, we will start a program called Rufus. All right, and if you don't have it, go out to the web, look for Rufus. We are going to install this ISO image on a bootable USB. And Rufus is a really great program and one of the best out there, and it's free to do this. As you can see, I have 2 images of Linux Mint on the screen. You just grab one of them. I downloaded 2 of them by accident. I don't know why. It will ask you a couple questions. I always hit just default. Yeah. So here's a USB. All right. It is done. So we will remove the USB and take it in and the laptop. Put the USB in the laptop and turn on the laptop. On this particular laptop, I have to use the escape key. We're going to start Mint on Linux Mint. Let's start Linux Mint. Now boot in 1 second. There was a few errors when this started up, and there will always be. We are actually at the Linux Mint. I hit the install. This will take several minutes. Looks like I want to install the codec. Not sure what's going on with my phone there. I actually set the other camera up, and this is where you select the time. I'm in the Chicago area, and a lot of this is just continue. I think this is where we set up a user ID. In fact, it is where we set a user ID and set passwords. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been an exciting journey, and I hope it just keeps getting better, and I'm sure it will, with all the support of all the subscribers. As you can tell, I'm doing this video a little different. I'm trying to do better for you guys. All right, the software is installed. We're going to let it boot up, and we're going to log in with the password and the user account that we created earlier. There we are. And you go through all the directions, and click on here and figure out how to do stuff. Go and install software and whatnot. It is so close to Windows, it's unreal. So enjoy. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for watching, and until next time,